we're celebrating 100 videos on Once Upon a Quest is happening. Coming up soon, happening. So technically, this is my channel update, which is going to be actually technically video number 99. And then the next episode of my new series is going to be technically video number 100, but we're not going to get caught up in the pedantics, okay? We're celebrating 100 videos on my channel. 100 is a big number. So I'm kind of shocked that I have that many videos already. It's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, God, so I got myself a balloon. Look at this. Crazy lady. I went into the shop and I bought a happy 100th birthday balloon because there wasn't really much choice for 100, let's be honest. But they also had this really cool gaming controller balloon, which I had to get because look how cool it is. So people in the shop might have thought that I had a 100-year-old grandparent who likes gaming, perhaps. So I wanted to say thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting the channel. No matter if it was from the very beginning or if you're only new to the channel, thank you so much for popping in and watching any of my videos and subscribing, liking, leaving comments, all that good stuff. I really hope that, you're kind of enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying this because I'm having a lot of fun. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to announce what I'm playing next. First of all, I'm going to tell you what the next 2 games I'm going to play are. And then afterwards, I have a couple of questions that people sent in to me so I'll do a little bit of a kind of question and answer after that. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready though? The next game that you're going to see on Once Upon a Quest, starting this Thursday, the 13th of October, I believe, is Until Dawn. Ooh, scary, jump scares, story, cinema, noises, dark, moody, teenagers in trouble, choice making. That's the game, Until Dawn by Supermassive Games. So I'm really excited to play this horror game. Not the first horror game that I've played on the channel. I suppose Vampire counts as a horror game. But yeah, I mean, 'tis the season and the timing worked out that there's a little bit of a gap now between the next game that I want to play before it comes out. If anyone can guess what that's going to be. The first brand new game that I'm going to play on the channel is A Plague Tale Requiem. I cannot describe how excited I am to play A Plague Tale Requiem. When it comes out, it'll be the first brand new video game that I'll be playing on this channel, and probably the first brand new video game that I've bought in a while. So like I tend to usually wait until things go on sale, or wait until they've been out a bit, or sometimes I just go back and play older games, like people's recommended games or favorite games, or like, you know, other things. So this will be the first brand spanking new game that I'm going to play when it comes out. It's coming out in the middle to late October. I think it's October 18th is the official date that Plague Tale Requiem comes out. So yeah, so then soon after that, I'll hopefully have my first episode on the channel. So between now and then, because I have this little gap, I'm going to be playing Until Dawn, and then I'll continue to play Until Dawn alongside of A Plague Tale Requiem when that comes out, when I start that on the channel. So I guess for now I'm still uploading on Thursdays and Sundays with Until Dawn. When A Plague Tale comes out, I'm probably going to make that my Thursday and Sunday game, and then Until Dawn might move to another day, like a Monday or Friday or something. I'm still kind of figuring that out, but yeah, we'll see. And yeah, but that's the plan. So A Plague Tale Requiem, I'm super excited to play. I played the first one, A Plague Tale Innocence, I guess a couple of years ago now. And I was just on Game Pass and I remember just looking for a game to play. Like, I had never heard of the game. And I just remember thinking like, wow, the cover looks really interesting and moody and dark. And there's loads of rats on it. So I know it's going to be kind of creepy and maybe scary. And yeah, I played through that game and just loved it, fell in love with it. I thought it was so good. The music and the atmosphere was amazing. The rats are a big part of the game, and they definitely did a fantastic job. I thought like animating the rats, making the rats like a huge part of the gameplay and making it super kind of scary and just, yeah, atmospheric and dark and moody. And the next one, yeah, and the characters, I loved all the characters and the story. I was super, super into. So I just really enjoyed it. And yeah, and then they announced that they were making a sequel and now it's coming out in a few weeks from now. So super excited to play that. And I hope that you enjoy it too. In the meantime, I'll be playing Until Dawn. I've recorded a couple of episodes of it already and there's plenty of jump scares in there. Been jumping out of my skin already. But I'm really enjoying the kind of choice-based, like narrative kind of cinema theme of it. Like you're playing through a horror film and like the choices you make decide like what happens to the characters. So I find that really, really kind of fun. And I suppose it's a bit sadistic and morbid, but hey, it's not real. Like they're not real people, right? So yeah, that's the plan. That's coming out. I really want my balloon to face the right way though, please. Is it going to stay? Is it going to stay like that? Okay, there we go. The balloon's facing the right way. Hooray. But yeah, that is the plan coming up on Once Upon a Quest. Jesus Christ, I'm doing such a bad job of this. So and celebrating 100 videos, decided that I would throw out on Twitter and Instagram invitation to ask me some questions if anybody had any questions for me. Why isn't this focusing on my face? You focusing on my face? Yes. There you go. Focusing on my face. So I'm going to answer some of those questions right now. Why isn't this balloon facing the right way? Can you face the right way? Perfect. Okay, so on Twitter, I had a couple of questions come in. Cyberchitta wants to know, what is your favorite movie and series? Well, thank you for sending me a question, first of all. My favorite movie, I always go back to my childhood when I pick like favorite films and things like that. So I would go with Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, because I think I've just been obsessed with that film since it came out in 2003 or whenever that was, 2004 maybe. But yeah, I think has to be my like go-to off the top of my head. I would say Pirates of the Caribbean. In terms of animated movies, because I'm going to make this a separate answer. And my favorite animated movie would probably be Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, because I was obsessed with horses as well. When I was young, I had horse posters all over my wall. It's Crazy Horse Girl. And also, if I sneak in another one, The Lion King, because that was definitely my favorite animated Disney film, was The Lion King. And my favorite series, I would have to go with Gilmore Girls, probably, because I have watched that so many times and I could just happily rewatch it. It's a comfort show. I love the characters. The writing is amazing. There's so much dialogue. It's crazy. Most of the references probably went over my head when I watched it before. And to be honest, most of the references still go over my head, but I just love that show so much. There's probably loads of series that I'm also kind of forgetting, but Gilmore Girls just pops up to the top of my head for whatever reason. So that's that answer. Pointless Relic says, what are some other hobbies you enjoy? Actually, you have 3 questions here. Thank you so much for your questions. I am going to answer all of them. What games do you play off channel? And what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? I am going to answer that. First of all, what other hobbies do you enjoy? So, I've always been a creative person. So I've always liked drawing and painting and reading and writing. Like I used to write short stories and poems and stuff like that when I was younger. And I just, always was obsessed with drawing, painting. I loved it. I did art in school. And then I also studied film and I have some experience with filmmaking as well. So like just always have been a creative person. I did at one point do a sword fighting course, which was a lot of fun, which was really, really, really good fun. So they're my other hobbies that I enjoy. And what games do you play off channel? So off channel, I've been playing recently anyway. I've been playing, sometimes I like to experiment with games that I don't play on channel, like games that I don't know if I'm going to like or not. So I've been playing Sekiro recently, actually, which is a surprise to me because I thought I would never play that game because I watched other people playing through that game and I just loved it. I loved watching them playing it and the combat and everything looked so fun. but I was like, I could never play that game because I would rage so hard. I've never played any of the From Software games, any Souls games or anything like that. But I've been enjoying Sekiro, and surprisingly, I've been less ragey than I expected I would be. I don't know if that's because I just expected that I would die a lot. So my expectations of dying were like up here. So maybe my rage levels are reduced because I'm like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's really fun. I'm kind of stuck on the Guardian Ape at the moment. For anyone of you who's played Sekiro or are playing it now, yeah, the Guardian Ape isn't going to make me lose my life. It's just too chaotic. I can't like figure him out at all. But anyway, another game I played recently was Spiritfarer. I know I mentioned that in the last video as well, but that, I mean, yeah, it's just a kind of a nice, relaxing game to play. And then recently I tried Backbone, which I just really liked the art style, kind of the look of it. I don't know if it's considered a point and click adventure. I'm really terrible with genres. I don't do well like labeling things into different genres, but it's kind of a point and click game. Maybe, is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's really cool, like pixel art, and just the colors and the lighting are cool. It's like a dark kind of detective game where the people are animals. So the detective is like a raccoon, I think. And it's kind of like this dark story where you play this detective kind of figuring out what's going on in the city. And I do like playing, short games that are just kind of, it doesn't take too much to commit to them, and you just kind of play through them and have an experience that you remember. Like, I really enjoy that. So I'm a fan of playing short and sweet games. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been playing recently. Oh yes, I also have played recently God of War 2018. So I finished that. Really enjoyed playing through that as well. Definitely, it wasn't my favorite game. Like, it's definitely not. I know a lot of people love that game and are super excited for the sequel to come out. But for whatever reason, it didn't fully really click with me. Although I really did get into the story. I liked the characters, and I thought the combat was quite fun. And like just throwing the axe and returning the axe never ever gets old. Like that satisfying feeling of throwing it and then catching it, and the feeling on the controller of the little vibration when you catch the axe, like just super super satisfying. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it was definitely not one of my favorite games ever. Like I probably will play the sequel, but it's not something I'm like super super dying to play. And I'm also going to answer your next question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Swallows are super fast birds, and I suppose they're probably at their fastest when they're diving after an insect or something. And I'm just going to take a wild guess and guess that their top speed is like 300 miles per hour. And yes, I'm going to Google that right now and find out. How fast is a swallow? So the top, what, really? That's so slow, I feel like. The swallow's speed is 50 to 65 kilometers per hour. I way overestimated that. Oh, wow. Okay. That converts to 40 miles an hour. I said 300 miles per hour. That is so wrong. Yeah. Okay. I'm not good at guessing speeds. Thank you so much for your questions. I enjoyed answering those. Cyberchitta has another question. Why did you start to Let's Play? So why did I start my Let's Play channel? I started Let's Playing because, first of all, I was already watching lots of Let's Plays, and I just remember thinking, like, enjoying watching them, but also thinking, like, that looks like it would be really fun to do. And I guess I was probably like, oh, I'll never do that. But then, I don't know, I just had the kind of notion to just try it out. And then I started thinking about it more. And then I wanted to give myself something to kind of focus on, I suppose, going into like, December, January as well. So I thought that was a good time to start my Let's Play channel. And yeah, I guess that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like, I'm a bit of a chilled, kind of a bit more laid back of a person. So I knew I wasn't going to be making like super high energy, like highly edited videos. I knew I just wanted to be more relaxed about it and just like play through a game and focus on the story and the emotions and the characters, and just kind of see how that went. So that's what I decided to do. That's why I started Let's Plays, and I'm still really enjoying it. So thank you for your question. Pound for Pound Ireland says, where does your creativity come from? Also, why are you so awesome? Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. I don't feel awesome all the time. But yeah, my creativity, I suppose, comes from, well, I don't know, like come all the way back from my childhood. I was always doing something creative. I had like always got an active imagination. I was always like running around pretending I was like a cat or a dog or a Pokemon or like whatever it was. Like, yeah, I was always a bit of a daydreamer. I liked kind of inventing stories. I liked playing make believe. I liked kind of like acting and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess creativity probably as well comes from my parents, I guess, because they made me. So, you know, thanks, mom and dad. And yeah, thank you for your question. Let's Get Gaming asks, why did you start doing YouTube and what is your overall goal? So yeah, I touched on this a little bit already, but for why I started YouTube. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give it a go. I didn't really want to set a lot of pressure on myself or expectations on myself, but I think I did a good job in setting kind of realistic goal for me, which was to put up 2 episodes a week. And I started off just playing playing through one game, which was Greedfall, and I kind of was able to just focus on that and like learn kind of how I was doing YouTube and like how it kind of worked for me and how to record things, because there's a lot of technical issues that go along with this, and I consider myself to be competent with technology, but yeah, there's a lot of trial and error in this, figuring out like various different settings and stuff. But yeah, so just kind of stick through it. If you're struggling with any technical issues right now yourself, just it's okay. Just trial and error. It'll get better. But yeah, that's kind of, yeah. So starting YouTube was to give myself something fun to do, to kind of focus on coming into winter. Because winter months for me, usually I'm a little bit more down. And I just kind of, yeah, I thought it would be good to give myself something that was regular, that I could commit to. Yeah, so kind of committing to trying to do 2 episodes a week and playing through one game from start to finish. Yeah, just it kind of gave me a little goal to work towards. And yeah, I don't really have an overall goal. I mean, I suppose at the moment I can just look at my subscriber count and look at the time of year and think like, oh, it'd be cool if I could make 500 subscribers by the end of this year, but I don't know if that would happen. I mean, it would be nice, but like, I'm not really worried about it. I really just, I suppose what was important to me was starting this was to not give myself goals and not give myself pressure, kind of, because I'm the type of person who will run away from that and I will quit things. So I just wanted to make this a fun outlet for me. And yeah, if I put pressure on myself by kind of giving myself goals and stuff to work towards, that's just going to probably affect me and make me not want to continue on, or like it's going to change my mood. So I don't really, at the moment, I'm not focused on kind of meeting goals and stuff. But I suppose what I'm doing instead is kind of like celebrating the goals that I do make, well, they're not really goals, but celebrating the milestones, I suppose, that I do reach. So getting to like 100 subscribers was like really cool. And then having 100 videos was just like, I suppose, a milestone where you can look back and see, you know, how much you've done since you started, which is cool. But yeah, thank you for your question. And yeah, I hope I kind of answered it. Skyfer asks, who was your favorite video game character of all time? Hello, Sky. Thank you for your question and thank you for your support so far as well. My favorite video game character, I think, like off the top of my head, again, going back to my childhood, I would have to go with Spyro the Dragon, baby. I had this like really cool iron-on transfer of Spyro the Dragon that I ironed onto a t-shirt, and I just loved it to death. And I probably wore it to death, and I was so sad when, like, you know, it probably just like, you know, got to the stage where I couldn't really wear it anymore or whatever. And I remember being so sad because it was so cool. I loved Spyro, and I have great memories playing Spyro 2 in particular. And he's just such like a cool little guy with such attitude, you know. But yeah, as well as Spyro, I have to say I absolutely love John Marston. So I'm going to go with John Marston for my other favorite video game character of all time, because I love him. Just love him. And I love the Red Dead series. And controversial opinion, I prefer John Marston to Arthur Morgan. I know, shocker. It's very surprising out there. But if anyone else prefers John Marston to Arthur Morgan, do let me know, because I feel like I'm out on my own here. Everyone loves Arthur Morgan so much, and I love him too. But John Marston is my ride or die for sure. Pops Arcade. Hello, Pops. Thank you for your question. Pops Arcade asks, what's the number one lesson you've learned on your YouTube journey? Number one lesson, I think, is probably just, I think it's to not. And I think I've been doing a relatively good job at this, of not paying too much attention to the numbers of views and to the analytics, because there's a lot of information there which is really helpful if you want to analyze your data and learn how to grow your channel or improve and that kind of thing. And it is helpful, and I do look at it. But I don't want to spend too much time on it, and I don't want to obsess over it, because it's one of those things that will dissuade me. And like I said before, I'm kind of the type of person who will get dissuaded very easily, and I will quit things. So I'm just like trying to concentrate on, like, how good I'm doing for myself, and like not to compare myself to other bigger channels or whatever, because like just focusing on myself and having fun here, and appreciating like all the views that come in on each video. Like, because when you start off, like you're happy if you have like a handful of views, and then as you grow you might have a handful more, and then hopefully you keep growing and you have a handful more and a handful more. But like, yeah, I suppose just kind of looking at the number of views and not obsessing over it, and realizing like that's actually a lot of people. If you think about it, if you've got 50 views on a video, like, or if you've got 20 even, like, that's a lot of actual physical people. and yes, some of those views are myself going to watch my own video, because I will go back and like look at my older videos to check, something that I recorded before, or like I'll check it the minute it's posted to make sure that it's playing okay and whatever. But no, it's cool to just think of like, there's actual real people watching this, and someone out there, maybe even more than one person, is actually enjoying watching my videos, which is just kind of crazy and amazing. So just to kind of keep that in mind, I suppose, is a good lesson to learn. And I think I've been doing a good job of kind of keeping in that mind frame myself, and not getting caught up with the analytics and stuff. Like, I hope that kind of answers your question. I'm sorry if it was a bit rambly. Okay, so on Instagram, Maraid says, why are you such a ride? I think I just snotted. I just laughed and like a bit of snot came out. So if that answers your question, oh, I am such a ride. I can't help it. It's just natural. Nicole says, not a question, but congratulations on 100. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you for watching the channel and supporting from the very beginning. And yeah, it's very exciting having 100 videos up. I kind of can't believe the time has gone by so fast since I started in January. But yeah, thank you for submitting your, well, it wasn't a question, I suppose, but anyway, but thank you so much for that. Deluna Artist 84 says, is there something that you used to do that you loved, but you've now stopped, ... That's an ominous ... So I suppose, can I say sword fighting? Because I did a sword fighting course and then I kind of gave it up, but I did really enjoy it at the time, but I don't do it anymore. I could, but I'm just very lazy. I'm a very lazy person and I quit things. So yeah, maybe horse riding as well. Like when I was young, I was super into horses. I'm super into horse riding. But yeah, kind of when I went through my teenage years, I kind of just like, I guess, drifted away from all of that. And I haven't been on a horse in a long, like in years, very like many years. So, but I did used to love it. I used to really, really love it. And I was good at it too. But anyway, Maybe Sherlock, maybe another day, you know? I mean, if there's an apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, I can ride horses all day. Zombie horses, any horse, whatever, it's all good. Maybe I should just combine the two of them and do this two of them at the same time and then go around riding horses and sword fighting people. Now there's an idea. Thanks so much for your question. And Thrift and Flip asks, I don't know why I said your name with such a high-pitched voice. Thrift and Flip says, what keeps you motivated to make videos? Well, firstly is that I just really enjoy it. I think part of that kind of not putting stress on myself to, you know, do too much or anything like that is definitely helping with that. I suppose as a grown-up, because I am a grown-up now, with busy lives and stuff, it's actually really nice to set aside time every week to record me playing video games for the YouTube channel, because before that, like playing video games was kind of a little bit erratic. Like you would just kind of do it when you have free time, like when you want to. And then sometimes I would go through periods of like a couple of months where I wouldn't touch a video game. I wouldn't play anything. And then I'd go through phases where I get like super, super into playing video games. I'm kind of like that with any hobby, really. I just go through phases of getting super into something. So keeping me motivated to make videos for YouTube is that, yeah, first of all, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I get to set aside time to play games every week, which is just really cool, I think. And it's kind of interesting how that makes it into a bit of a routine. So that helps. And then also just seeing like people watching, people commenting, and kind of commenting upon something that happened in an episode of, you know, any of the playthroughs that I've done, or commenting and suggesting like, you know, a game I could play next, or whatever, you know, whatever it is, telling me about what you thought of a game or what you're excited to play yourself and things like that. Like that's motivating too, because you know that there's people who are kind of supporting and watching and yeah, just like share the same interests, I suppose, as you, and like sharing a love for video games. Like that's something that I've kind of discovered through playing on YouTube as well. Is before, when I play video games, because I play a lot of single player games, like when you experience something epic and something super cool, like you're experiencing that on your own if you're playing at home alone. And what's kind of fun and exciting about playing games on YouTube is that you get to share those kind of epic moments with other people, which is kind of like unique, I suppose, and that's kind of motivating as well. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Official John says, do you watch anime? If so, what's your favorite? I don't really watch anime, I don't think. I need suggestions actually, because I think I'm also really terrible at defining genres and stuff. But does Avatar: The Last Airbender count as anime? Is that anime? I don't know. What one is anime? But Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra I watched like maybe a year ago for the first time ever, and I loved both of those series. I'm sorry if that's not anime. What is anime? What is it? I don't know, John. Please send me suggestions, because I need them. I need your suggestions. I wouldn't know where to start, so I really need someone to point me in the right direction. So yeah, if anyone has suggestions for anime shows that you think I might enjoy, please do let me know. I think that's all of the questions. So thank you so much for anyone who sent me a question and sent me a comment or whatever. Yeah, this was actually really fun. I've never done a Q&A before, so I hope I'm doing all right. But yeah, this was actually really fun to do for 100 videos. 100 videos! Technically, this is number 99, but it's okay. 100 is coming soon. Yeah, look, I got these balloons. I got these balloons especially for this video. And I just want, where's the camera? Where is the camera? I want to get the fair due of screen time, okay? It says game on. And this one says, happy 100th birthday. But it's not anyone's 100th birthday. Well, no, it could be someone's 100th birthday, but it's not my 100th birthday. It's my 100th video on Once Upon a Quest on YouTube. So thank you so much, everyone who has subscribed and watched and liked and commented, and even just whatever, just disliked, whatever. Everything is great. Everything is content. Ah, yeah. balloons. If I forget anything important, I'll leave it in a comment because I'm a very forgetful person. I probably will forget something. I'll leave it in a comment. Okay. Until the next time, I'll do another channel update at some point. Until Dawn is coming out this Thursday, the 13th of October. A Plague Tale Requiem will be coming out at the end of October. More than likely. Yes. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.